From 1988 to now, movies have touched our souls through the years. But what makes people watch these movies? What attracts them? Posters. That's what we're going to talk about here today. I'm going to show you how to create movie posters in Gimp. So let's get going. So you can see I've downloaded these images here. I'll have links in the description for them. And if we go to this nuclear explosion image, you can see I have created a path around the explosion. Let's turn this on first. And you can see on this image I have created two paths here. Let me make you see that a lot better. There. We have created because the environment this man is in is, we're going to delete that environment and paste him into another image which we're going to use as poster, as our movie poster. So we're going to delete that later. And on this path you can see I have made a little bit of mistake. Here the hat is that way long and I've made it short. But that doesn't really matter in this case because when we're going to go to the paths and path to selection, we can add a path. Like go to the free select tool, and if you go to add to the current selection, then you can add selection. Like that. Now we're gonna do that later. So Shift Control A to select all, to select none. You can see I haven't traced the hairs because if I did that it would take long. It would take too much long hours to get this straight. So also you can see I have created new paths in one path. So I have made a mistake here. I could have created a new path in one path, but I have done it in here. And on this image you can see this is very much a painting, but we're just trying to make our first movie poster, so this will work. And you can see I haven't added the gun because it looks too fake. And some of these parts we're not gonna need, like her hand or so. And there's nothing to trace in these images. And this is a movie title, which I found in Pinterest. I'll have a link in the description for it as well. If we zoom in, you can see there's name, surname, and name, surname, and then special guest, name, surname. These, in this template there will be names about what actors or what actresses are going to play in this movie. Because if an audience or if a person goes through a poster, they'll see which actor is there. If an actor they know or is popular, then who's acted in this movie, then they'll watch it. Next is tagline. What is tagline? Well, you know what tags is. If you don't, tags are initially, let's say, hashtags for movies or other stuff. And the tagline is very important in movies. Like a tagline could be The last man on earth is not alone. It's like a little sentence on the middle, or it could be anywhere. And next there's best feature film, best director, and best actress. But some of these things we're not gonna use from the template, so then there's a producer's name or a director's name, like a Zack Snyder's film and the Man of Steel. And then there's movie title, what the movie's title will be. Then directed by director, as I said, we're not gonna use these. And then if you scroll down, there's Studio Blender presents a Studio Blender production in association with Studio PB, actor name, actor name. There will be actor's name in that movie title. There will be movie title. And then casting by casting crew, music by composer, costume designer. These are essentially, there will be names in the template. So then there's coming soon, month year, the release date of the movie. And this is what makes the audience or the persons, the people more curious. And there's movie title. It's from the West. Like I said, I'm not gonna use some of these things in the template. So to get it started, go to File, New. You can see this image is width is 2000 and height is 2667. Make sure you have your default color set and then click OK. Now why we did that is if we go to advanced options, there's fill with background color. That's the default. I had my default set to a color of yellow on a project I've been working on, but you need the default colors for your project. So we're going to paste this image in our poster. Click Ctrl A to select all. Go to Edit, Copy Visible. Go to our poster image, Edit, and Paste. Create a new layer. Click Ctrl, hold and scale. Move it, and I'm clicking Ctrl on the keyboard to keep it still. I think this side is pretty great, generally speaking. Now we're going to add this Frankfurt image to our poster. Edit, Copy Visible, and I've selected all. Make sure to do that. Ctrl V, create a new layer. And I'm going to align this middle. Go to the alignment tool, keyboard shortcut is Q, and click on this layer. Make sure you have relative to image, and click on align center of target, align middle of target. Now we're going to scale it. And maybe you want to move it around too much because see, these two images are different. So we need buildings, a lot of buildings, like in that center. Yes, this is very good. Now we're going to delete the background layer and then add our star, which is this one. Go to the path and add to selection, path to selection. You can make that invisible. Now Control I to select invert. Make sure you have your alpha channel on. Hit delete. Control Control A to select all. Go to Edit, Copy Visible. And maybe I want to put this here. Paste. Create a new layer. Let me scale her. We're going to flip her on this side. Make sure you have on horizontal. Rotate her a bit to make her straight. Actually, we're going to scale her more. Like that. And I'm holding control again to keep it still. Like that. And now you can see the environment doesn't match, so we're going to go to colors, hue, saturation. Make sure the hue is straight. Now go to saturation and make her a little black and white, not too much. Kind of like this. Now we're going to blur her pixels, blur her sides. Now we're going to add this image. Go to paths and path to selection. Select invert, alpha channel, delete. Control A to select all and go to copy, visible. And you can smell what I'm stepping in. We're gonna do the same thing to her. Hue saturation, and you can see she's too bright. So we're gonna go to colors, curves, levels, like that. And now we're going to do the same thing. Now what we're gonna do is go to our pasted layer, Armageddon image, and then go to the eraser tool, select edge tool, brush, and start erasing this part. So this part is actually the light and there's the dark. You get the idea. You can see we haven't scaled this layer much. I'm gonna go to colors, colorize. I'm gonna make it pink. That goes with this silver color here. And now we're gonna add the actors and actresses and special guests' name. Let me merge these down. So the persons are here in one piece. And the font I'm going to use is Action now. I'll also have a link in the description for that one. Let me zoom in. And we're going to name this actress Olivia Marquez. Move it here. Duplicate this layer. Move it around here and name this one Mary Robinson. To duplicate this layer, and we're going to do it in two sides. Let me Tony Ramon. Duplicate that. Now we're going to name this special guest. Control A. Make this 49. Now 69. Samuel Lane. Now we're going to merge it down like this. We're going to add tagline, but not in here. We're going to name it like here. I'll add a text which is sometimes you have to kill to be a mother. We're going to do it like this. Like that, and I think we should justify this here. There. Go to alpha to selection. And we're going to add a pattern. Let's add red boxes, red cubes. And go to stroke selection, stroke it to 1. There. And we're going to add the movie title and the producer's name film right here. We're going to name it Kate Stone, which is this character's name. We're going to name the movie in the character's name like John Wick. And the title needs to be big, so we're gonna go with 304. Let me darken this like that. There. Now we're going to stroke this as well. Control Shift A to select none. Create a new layer. Actually, create a new text. Now we're going to write a producer's name from that on the top of it. To name Taika Watiti film. Going to space it out in 10. Actually more. And if this happens, you can go to Windows, Dockable Dialogs, Tool Options. It'll pop up in right here, but you can drag it to here. Do it like this. Looks perfect. I'm going to go to Alpha to Selection and stroke it. Move it a bit here. Now we're going to add a new text, and what we're going to add is this text over here. Studio Blender presents Studio Blender production in association with Studio PB actor name movie title. So we're gonna go with Miles and make the spacing to 1. MildStone. Make it white to see it better. MildStone. Go to 39. Presents MildStone. Can go to 49. Production in association with go to silver gold we're going to add this. We're going to make this to 5. like that. We're going to keep it white and go to alpha selection, stroke it. And now we're going to skip these and add coming soon. We're not gonna we're not gonna write we're not going to write coming soon, but we are going to write his in traders. Traders and HBO Max. We're going to make these 40. So that's too small. 52. Do the same thing. We're going to give a date of like July 26, 2021. July. Actually, you can't add numbers on this font. Let's see what it becomes. So we're going to use another font. Which will be Impact Condensed. July 26, 2021. These are too big. Actually, we're not going to add this thing. Now do the same thing. And on the HBO Max, I need to go to string to 1 first. And we're gonna make it this color. Like that. So there it is. This is how you create a poster in Gimp. So that will be all for today's tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. And you can see I haven't done some things which I'm going to edit later, but the video is too long by now, so I skipped those. And I'll see you next Friday.